What's up, everybody? I got Hayden with me today. He's actually a subscriber to my Patreon, which means he's basically paying $50 a month and has open access to me, quote unquote, whenever he needs it. And then I can give him any info possible, from phone calls to we can do video chats, like whatever we need. If he needs me to look at websites with him or pick out units, like whatever, as he starts his bounce house business. It's a great resource to have. You know what I mean? So he'll be a subscriber for as long as he needs for me to help him, and then after that, like he'll be off on his own. So, anyways, what's up, Hayden, dude? It's actually good to meet you, man.
What up? Good to meet you as well. I found the channel like super recently and saw some stuff I really liked, so I wanted to get some more info. I like what you're doing.
Cool, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It started as a little bit of a whatever a whim, and it has grown into something I never ever imagined. So it's very humbling. So thank you.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect it. I don't see a lot of people doing. Actually, a big thing that got me interested was when you said you also do Christmas lights. Because the bounce house thing, I saw like literally an Instagram video for probably literally 7 days ago, and I never thought about doing that as a business at all. And I thought about vending machines and stuff like that, and I was like, holy crap, about that seems way more profitable. So I was watching all your videos, binging it, and then I heard you do Christmas lights as well. I was like, all right, this guy's got me, like, because that's what I do. So I was like, all right, I gotta see what's up with this guy for sure. So
Cool. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, and yeah, so a little bit of a backstory. Like both of the businesses kind of, started randomly. My wife bought two bounce houses. I started renting them out, and then it just kind of became what it was, right? As I grew and scaled it, and just made smart business decisions. And then, I mean, and that business was still teeny tiny. Like I probably still had two bounce houses at the time. It was right around I bought out a company that had nine, but they were all like nine
okay.
super crappy ones. And my next door neighbor, Lori, like so always I always like to shout out to Lori and say thank you for having the idea. But we're walking back from the bus stop, but from dropping our kids off in the morning, right? Because I had like quit my job. I'm selling garbage from the side of the road. And she says, man, getting my husband to hang up the Christmas lights is such a pain in the ass. I bet people would pay you to put up Christmas lights. I went inside. Like if I remember right, like I did a little bit of research and saw that it's a real business. I mean, and I made a Facebook post, a Facebook marketplace post or two, and then started getting clients like essentially the next day, and
Yeah,
just kind of guessed my way through it all. And now, now we're doing some big bids, but it's just kind of random.
yeah, that's
So where
great.
are you at?
So yeah, this will be my third year doing Christmas lights. So the very first year was me and a partner, me and a friend, and he moved out to like Texas. So the second year I did it solo and hired one guy. And so this year I'm hoping to scale it up. My business has come mostly from signs. Like signs has been like the number one piece of advertising for me that's like brought in like almost all of my business. So this year I want to spend even more money on that, but also venture into Facebook ads, trying to get the next door posts and doing those kind of things too. Um,
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah,
kind of funny, right? The Christmas light industry is old school to where it's like you go put the freaking yard sign at the corner of the
yeah,
busy intersection by the nice neighborhood, and that's
right.
where you yeah, so
I created like a pole with like a hammer tack I saw on YouTube, and so I have like a big long like PVC pipe, and so I have like a hammer tack on the end and kind of stick them up like 15 feet in the air, and I have like hundreds of them around like the county and stuff. So
that's
I was getting
awesome.
calls and stuff, but yeah, it did well.
Well, what I think is interesting too is so this may blow your mind, but I don't have any of this.
Yeah,
I got
that's
I
crazy.
got no yard signs. Like I have a stack of yard signs that I made. I don't even, dude. I think I made those like 2020.
Uh-huh.
The idea was like I'm gonna put them in somebody's yard after we light their house. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we ended up so busy in 2020 that we basically couldn't keep up. And it was just me and one other guy. And then last year, towards the end of the season, we were running three, and there were some days we ran four crews, and we still couldn't keep up. So
Yeah.
I never used the signs. I just had the Facebook ad. Let me think. I think I had only Facebook ad, and it was like a bullshit Facebook ad. Like I made
Yeah.
it on my phone. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Right.
riding shotgun in the truck, like whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I
That's
think it's
dope.
interesting. you can attack it from both angles and
Hmm.
keep plenty busy.
Right, right. I want to hit it all. I want to try the Facebook ads because I've run Facebook ads before for other random little businesses I've had, but never super successfully. So
So
I know there's a lot of demand for Christmas lights. So hopefully this one, it'll work out. We'll see.
yeah. So do you want me to kind of tell you how I do my Facebook ads,
Yeah.
or
And I actually did. I watched the video on it. I think it was how you did it for the bounce houses. That
Mhm.
was like, and that was like at least a year old video. So it's probably different for now. So I definitely like to hear how you do
Cool.
that.
So I mean, last year and the year before, like my Facebook ad was basically I did it the same way, right? Through the what is that thing called? The business suite, right? So
Right.
like your Facebook page, and then there's like a special app through Facebook for your Facebook page. It's called
Mhm.
Business Suite. And you go in there and build an app, right? And that's how I did it on that video. And that is how I've done it with the Christmas light business last year. What I found was pretty interesting is you go and make those like that for the bounce house business. It's right. It's fine. Like you get bookings and you don't stretch your money as far. The
Mhm.
one I did, and I tested probably 5 different ads. But the one that always did the best for the Christmas light biz was like a picture of a beautiful house. And then, and I'd have to go look at it and tell you exactly, dude. But, and
Mhm.
then you put up their Christmas light installation. And then in the copy, like I make it real long. Like, how you hit the thing and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Facebook. Yeah. Make it real long, and in there I basically I had to keep going back in there and changing it because I mean we were getting so many leads from it, right, which you're paying money for every lead, and then they're all thinking that it's like $100 or $200 or
Right,
something.
right.
Yes. So we put in there all sorts of stuff about average home price, I think. Like basically you want to, like, what a funnel is.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the top of your funnel, right, you want to get the most people in as possible. But as they come down your funnel, you want to kind of automatically weed them out to where by the time it gets to right, and I have an admin that once we get into like the first or second week of November, almost none of them are coming to me. My admin's handling and all of it. This year we'll have two, but
Mhm.
by the time it gets to the bottom of the funnel to where it's to the admin, right? So I'm going to pay payroll and I'm going to pay for the ad. I want that lead to be as hot as possible.
Right.
Meaning, I want them to understand like this is high end stuff. This is light rental. This is an investment. Not we're going to show up and hang your icicle lights for 150
Mhm.
bucks. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So just kind of you just want to word your ad correctly. And after we get off this call, dude, I'll go. I can go dig out. I've got a lunch meeting too, but later today I'll go dig out my ad copy. It's in there somewhere, and I'll send
Okay.
it to you.
That was super
Um,
cool.
yeah, but then when they do either on the Facebook ad, right, they click the automatic button that I don't even remember what the automatic reply is. That
Mhm.
gets them start the conversation on Facebook app, or they'll text you or call you. We basically from there have a script we send every single person. We
Mhm.
ask for their address, and again, we tell them the minimums. We kind of tell them how the service works. And once we start getting real busy, like we're booked late, we tell them we can't get there till December 5th, whatever. Again, you've already spent the money on the ad, but send that that way they send that message, the admin sends that message, and that still just continues weeding down the funnel to where, basically what you want is them to go, yep, sounds good. Here's my address. So
Right.
that way when you hit them with a
Yes.
$2,200 bid,
Mhm.
they're either cool with it or they have questions, to customize, not the freaking bird finger emoji.
Exactly. What Yeah, exactly. There's so many people like that too. Yeah, I mean, I was honestly shocked because I watched videos on like how much people, how much like I should charge, $5 a foot, $7 a foot, different crazy things like that. And I was like, no way. Because the first year we did it super cheap. Like I was the $150 guy hanging up the icicle lights. I was like, all right, this year I'm gonna try it. And like people were like a very high percentage of people were like, okay, that's fine. And I was just like, holy
Yep.
crap! Like I can make $500 in a couple hours right now. Like this is crazy. But then of course there's like another percentage just like you're insane. Like to give me some crazy like what the frick is this? Yeah. So
Yeah.
but it's cool. It's definitely a market for it I had no idea about. So
Right, bro. I mean, we started off like that first year. Like I only took like 12 clients or something because I started super late that first year. But I
mm,
was like, bro, I was like $1.25 a foot, and
yeah, yeah.
like had apprehension when I gave them the bid because I thought I was like,
Uh-huh.
unfairly charging them. The next year we got up to $2 a foot, and it was like I remember telling my admin like we're so booked, blah 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 blah, and I remember where I was driving when we were on the phone. I said, "Fuck it, send it to $2 a foot." Right,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Big
and
big
then
money. Yeah, yeah.
and
Right.
then I switched. Then I switched to running the premium stuff, actually for Mardi Gras, so I could run purple, green, and gold because I'm in New Orleans.
Okay, okay.
And that's where, right. And my first couple jobs, I sold at like $5 a foot, and I was like that. I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be $800." Like you're like,
Right, right. Yeah.
sounds good. You're like, huh? And
Uh-huh.
then that Christmas is where the first time I ever put out a $5,000 bid, and they like the reply is, "What day is available?" Sounds good. What day is available? You're like,
Yeah.
five, right? $2,500 deposit.
Right, right.
Yeah, dude.
That's
And
cool.
so I followed a very similar path as you did.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So, and you said you have some crews now that you're working
Yeah.
with, right? Is that from your bounce house business? Like, is it people you work with for all of the stuff you do, or is it like people specifically for that you hire?
It's a little bit of a mixture of both. It is predominantly my jump off guys. They love running lights, bro. Like we'll be in the middle of water slide season, and they're
Yeah.
talking like, and we had to be at a meeting, and then all of a sudden they're talking about Christmas lights. I'm like, guys, it's
Yeah,
July.
yeah,
Like I get it, I love it, but can we stay focused? They like love it.
yeah. Right.
So they're so most of those guys are gonna come over. Tyler's kind of not into the lights that much, so kind of getting him ready to be able to hopefully he'll be able to run the weekend stuff, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
For the jump off, right? He can run all the slides and the bounce houses or whatever. Stick a helper with him, whatever, while we're all doing lights.
Mhm.
We'll kind of see how it goes. And then last year, I actually did hire two guys that were my other. Realistically, they actually ended up my other main crew. Like they installed more houses than any other crew besides mine.
Okay.
And I hired them. Yeah, that they didn't. They had nothing to do with the jump off. So I don't know if Alex is going to work with us this year. It's kind of up in the air because he's got a good paying job that he just started.
Mhm.
And then same with Braden. I don't know if Braden's going to be coming with us this year or not because he was working on getting. I don't remember what the job was, but it was like a traveling tradesman. I don't know. I don't know if he actually got it. So this,
Okay.
as of now, it's all jump off guys. But I am
Because you can
hiring.
have them, you can exactly. They're working for you, year round. So I'm trying to figure out how to hire some people for. Honestly, I think I'll only be busy enough. I mean, I was insanely busy last year. Like I was doing 13-hour days every day.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's kind of the norm. We were the same.
yeah. But this year I'm trying to hire a couple. I want to hire a couple crews with people who can drive and they have their own truck and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, so it's only a month. So it's like someone who has to be unemployed but willing to work like crazy for a month and then be done. Do you think like it's going on in Indeed and like those type of places or like posting on Craigslist? Like I don't really know where I'm gonna try to find people.
Yeah, so Craigslist has changed to where they charge for any listing now. At least by me, they do.
Yeah, they do. I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to use it when it was free back in my corporate job because kind of like screw it, like right, a person's a
Mhm.
person. I never had great results, you know what I mean, from it. And then as soon as they started charging, I was like, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
You can go put stuff up on Facebook. There's like I think it's through the Business Suite Facebook page thing, but there's like a whole section of Facebook I didn't even know existed because I don't look for jobs, but it's like
Okay.
job hiring, right?
Write this down.
I've gotten some interviews from there. I don't think I've ever hired anybody from there. I mean,
Okay.
I have the best luck just recruiting. Actually, my wife is the best recruiter. She's a salon owner, so
Okay. My
you
aunt's a
just
salon, so I might need to ask her then what
yes,
the
bro.
move is.
Just tell her like, look, and right, you know your aunt, so you know her personality. Maybe she just wants to help you, or maybe you're like, yo, any person you get me that I interview that's decent, you know what I mean? I'll kick you back 10
Yeah.
bucks, whatever it
Yeah,
comes.
yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so my wife just, I kind of was like, right, I recruited forever back when I was a corporate guy. Like that's the main part of my job was just
Mhm.
hire people. You know what I mean? So I just kind of know that you've got to just hammer it. So you're gonna tell your aunt, she's like, oh yeah, for sure, I'll talk to my clients, and then you're gonna get jack shit.
Yeah.
You got to go hit your aunt again, right? You have to give them very specific parameters, I guess you could say,
Mhm.
because they're going to be thinking, they just don't think through it well enough. Like, so I'll give you an example. When I used to go recruit, right, I go walk into a store in the mall, right, the Buckle, let's say, and you're like, hey, I'm hiring, right? They either say, haha, so am I, you know what I mean? Or like, no, if I get anybody good, like, I'm keeping them, right?
Mhm.
Like, as a joke. And you're like, bet, I'm not trying to steal people from anyone, right?
Right.
All I want to do is I want to know if your brother's looking for a job because you can't hire him. I want to know
Yeah.
if your nephew's looking for a job because you can't hire him. I want to know if your uncle, right? I want to know if your next door neighbor already tried to work at Buckle but didn't like, right? And they do exactly what you just did. And they go,
Yeah.
oh, dude, yeah, my nephew did, and they just start talking, right? And
There we
all it
go.
is, and then I get their information. Like
Right.
you give them, hey, give them that. Nobody ever calls you, dude. I get their information. It's like you give your number to a girl at the bar, she ain't calling you or texting you, dude. You
Right,
get
right,
her
right.
number.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Same thing. You know what I mean? So basically what I told my wife was I was like, look, I need guys, like I need some good dudes. Like I know you've got this book of business that's huge. Just put it out there. You know which client talks about their son, which client talks about their husband hating their job or in between something or
Mhm.
whatever. And then she got me one, right? His name was Tyler. Tyler then got me his buddy Ethan. I interviewed like Ethan, hire Ethan. So they both still worked for me for over a year. Then Michelle also got me Jacob. Jacob no longer works for me. He's just barely getting out actually a boot camp out of the Marine Corps. So he
Oh,
would be
okay.
still working for me if he wouldn't have gone to the Marine Corps. But then
Yeah.
Jacob starts referring his buddies, you know what I mean? So then he refers Isaiah. Isaiah refers Logan. And Travis and Josh. And so it's like they're all kind of friends to some degree. Like I almost have two different friend groups that like
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
but but then and then of the 100 people that Isaiah knows, not every single one of them his little circle of friends knows. So it's like I just go recruit within that, like that little network, right? Because I take care of my guys. They talk about how fun it is to work at the jump off or how good of a leader I am or whatever the hell it is they talk about. To where
Right.
when they go tell their friends, hey, Nick needs some help, they're like, oh, dude, like they see it as the opportunity that it
Mhm.
is. It's just easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then pay wise, this is probably I don't know something like want to put out in public or whatever, but do we do it hourly or is it like based on how many houses or just
I do
directly hourly?
hourly. Yeah, I do hourly. So I do hourly in both businesses, and here's why.
Hmm.
Yes, I want them to move fast, right? Because time is money.
Mhm.
But when you pay by the job, their biggest concern is speed,
Yeah.
not either A, customer service, which is really what I'm worried about in the jump off, or B, quality, which is what I'm
Quality of
worried
how
about.
yeah. Hmm.
So it's kind of like, are they gonna milk the clock to some
Yeah.
degree? Of course, dude. Every employee on every corporation everywhere,
Hmm.
stops at the yellow light instead of
Yeah.
the red light because they're getting paid in the truck. Whatever. It is what it is.
Right, right, right.
You know what I mean? So I pay them 18. So for a lead installer for the Christmas light business, I pay them $18 an hour to start.
Hmm.
Right? I start high. My margins are high enough to where I can pay 18 bucks an hour to somebody who's not super efficient yet, and we're still right.
We're
We're
seeing
still
profit. Right.
totally. Then for helpers, let's see. I think for helpers in that biz, I don't. I for the jump off, I start helpers at 12, but I'm higher at Let's Get Lit. I want to say it's 14. I think for
Okay.
helpers, but I'm very straightforward with them. Where I'm like, this is actually kind of like my favorite part of the whole freaking operation.
Yeah.
I tell the lead installer, like, look, dude, if you are more efficient, I'll pay you more money, right? If you
Mhm.
go do two houses a day, your two-man crew can go do two houses a day, 18 bucks an hour, let's go. I said, if you can go fit in two and a half and get that next one started, then go finish that half tomorrow and do two more, right? It's like, dude, I'll bump you to 20, I'll bump you to 21, like whatever. If you can roll three houses a day on your crew, like my crew can,
Mhm.
then let's go, bro. 25, 26 an hour. Like I
Yeah,
got money for you because the margin is high, but the window is short. You know what
that's
I
cool.
mean?
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I have a similar conversation with the helper where it's like, you're gonna pick this up quickly. It's not like this is rocket science, dude.
Mhm.
So the average person can go be a lead installer from a skill set wise, as long as they're comfortable running a crew. I mean, it's a crew of two, so it's not like it's a huge frame of
I was
people.
gonna ask you that too, because I was thinking 2 is the best number. Honestly, if there's 3, it would be kind of a wasted guy. I was wondering how you felt about that too. Okay.
Yeah, so I run on my truck. I run three because
Okay.
I'll stick two helpers with me, and then me, right? Because
Got it.
I've got others, so I can
Is
get
that you're
them
gonna be answering
going.
the phones and stuff too? You got other stuff you gotta handle, right?
Admins calling me, like, we kind of have a thing where it's like if the bid's over 2 grand, it needs to come to me for approval. As the year goes on, like the number gets higher, right? Because right, you're only doing it for such a short amount of time. Once she gets good at it again, I'm like, dude, anything 2,500, just approve. Send me 2,500. Send me anything that's 3 grand or over, so I can approve. Yeah, and then the other crew is calling you. The other crew is FaceTiming you, dude. That's what was the
Yeah.
biggest slowdown. Is
I got
they're
this lights out. What do I do? Yeah.
yeah, this eave looks like this, and this corner looks like that. Should I put the cord over here, cord over there? So I started running 3 on my truck, so that way I could step off and they stay efficient.
That
Um,
makes sense.
so I'll either do that again this year, or I'll fly so. Realistically, I want to fly solo. You know what I mean? I want to go do the 5,000, 4,000, $5,000 jobs. I want that to be my responsibility, and I'll take 2 trucks with me to go do those or something like that. But then that way, I'm not bogged down by installing. I can go support them in any way they need to.
Right.
We'll see if I can make that happen. I'm skeptical. It's
Mhm.
50-50 if I'm gonna be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then with that helper guy in the truck, I just had the conversation with them. Like, look, if you want to be a lead installer, like you can figure this out within 2 weeks if you've got this much leadership ability and this much customer service, but you knock on the door and go, "Hi, we're here for the lights." My admin has handled all the there's nothing to do but take the
Mhm.
money and put up the lights, right?
Exactly.
So I just tell them, look, if you can pick it up, bet you can go run your own crew. Like you got to have a truck, you got to have a way to have ladders, to the job site. But then you can bump up to that 18 to 20 something an hour. But I got to have a helper for your truck and for his truck if you get promoted. So you got to bring me a person or two.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
right, I can't promote you if there is no other human
There's no
beings.
crew that you for you to run.
Yeah. And so if
Okay.
they can bring me somebody, right, so I can be interviewing to fill other spots, right, and you can kind of branch it real quick in the season.
Right. And money wise, I was wondering too, because for me, this is like imaginary. I don't have a crew, so I don't have any trust for someone who I can't think of. But you work with your people, you know them and trust them. Uh, do you have them collect the money from each job they do?
Mhm.
So they collect the checks and everything like that, and then you guys just do you collect them like daily or weekly or like the
So what we'll do is, so they have the service agreement, like the contract that the client's already signed, and then that's when we bill them for half, for 50% of the deposit.
Mhm.
And so let's just say it's $2,000 house, right? So they've paid $1,000. Then what I do is I print all of those out so they kind of have their marching orders. You know what I mean? Here's your 2 houses you're doing today. In the scope of work, it's got it a little bit detailed. My admin sends them the picture that she mocked up. You know what I mean? That the client approved. So they have that picture. That's just in a group text on the freaking phone, but they have that picture, and then they have the 2 service agreements of their 2 installs. So then when they get there, right, knock on the door. Hi, we're here to install the lights. Da, 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 da. And then they just ask how they want to pay, right? They can pay card and we can invoice them, or they can give us a check, or they can give us cash. If they give us check or cash, they just clip it like there's a paper clip. Like we give
Okay.
this is the jump off one. I have Let's Get Lit ones. I don't
I
know
li
why they.
I literally after I watched that video, I made a ton of those and ordered them already. They're already coming in.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
killer,
yeah.
dude. So
Mhm.
so we make these two for Let's Get Lit, right? And so like it's got the paper clip on it. So they take this off, give them the magnet, the paper clip's still on contract. You know what I mean? So this is how we do it at the jump off too. They just put the cash or the check right there, boom. And then that night when they get done installing and they're going to bring all their gear back, you know what I mean, to the warehouse, or if they're done installing and they just go home, the next day when they come to pick up, you know, today they're doing a red and a white, you know what I mean? So they got to come get all their bulbs and all their shit. They just, okay, here's yesterday's, okay, and then give today's.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. And yeah, you
Yeah,
said
no,
warehouse. I have a little garage I rented out for a gym business, a failed gym business I had. So I have like a whole little garage space I'm gonna try to use to put in lights and stuff like that. Have people meet there, like have the crews hopefully meet there in the morning, and then yeah, like you said, have have a mock up or some idea and send them out with something to do exactly. But I'm curious, how do you have like a strict way you do the mock up? Like how do you set it up? Like use like Photoshop and actually like create an
oh,
image
no.
with like fake lights in there? Like how do
So
you do
you
them?
can, so we like, I've tested about everything there is out there.
Yeah.
Serious, honest to God, the best thing. So we'll pull up this year. We're going to use a software called Roofer. I think
Mm,
we're going to use Roofer to measure the roofs. It's a little more accurate than Google Earth, but we've always just used Google Earth, dude. It's just free. There's a
okay.
little ruler. You click it, and then you can freaking measure their house, right? To get
Okay.
the linear footage. That I literally then go into Street View, take my iPhone, and take a picture of the screen. Just go, take a picture of the screen. I got this little thing that my phone sits on. Where's my camera? It's like
Oh,
a
okay. Yeah, like a little stand or so,
wireless.
right?
Yeah, it's like a wireless charger, right? So my phone sits like this. During Christmas light season, you just flip this little thing down, and then it can sit across, right? And so that way it's sitting like that, and I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the picture of their house. Then I start measuring. Okay, and
Right.
bro, I fly. I can do this shit so fast.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Oh, I can, dude. Hold on. Let me check this out.
Yeah, I never measured. I would look at it, say, okay, the garage is about this many feet. This is okay, 110 feet. And I would just like do the math in my head and be off.
Oh yeah, you look at it and just let me see if I can get this to share. I don't think it's gonna let me. Nope. It does this weird system preferences thing. So it's not gonna let me share my screen. But I'm gonna make a YouTube video on this very soon. But basically, yeah. So my admin doesn't ever leave, right? The
Mm,
her house, her office at her house. The lead comes in, they get the address. She goes on Google Earth, pulls up that address, goes to Street View, take a picture, sets her phone down, is looking at the phone, and then goes and measures the house. On then legit, like on the phone, right? There's markup, and then you draw. Like I'm trying to see it. I know I've got a
Oh, I
map.
know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Like just like the little red line or whatever.
And so what we'll do is we'll
Yeah.
draw. Let me see if I got some in here. But we'll draw a yellow line, like where we put lights on the house, and then we'll draw a red line that'll go around the garden. Like if we're gonna do a garden bed outline or like a pathway, and then we'll switch to another color if just if there's another thing we can light. Like let's say they have a tree with a garden around it. We'll do that blue, whatever. And so then we'll send the bid to the client. We'll say, here's everything we could do. We think this would look super amazing. This is going to be $4,000.
Mhm.
Then we'll go backwards and itemize. Yellow lines are 2,000. Blue lines are 1,000. Green lines are 1,000. Right. And so basically what you're doing is you're giving them it's not a yes or a no. It's a pick. Pick what you want. I mean, you
Yeah.
get
That's
you get
smooth.
a
Okay,
ceiling.
right. You can set them up where they can spend a ton if they want to. Like the ceiling
Yes,
is too
exactly.
high. Okay.
Yeah. I'm in Mardi Gras right now. I'm almost to these freaking all these lights. There's one. Right. And so it's literally
Okay. Yep.
that's it.
Yeah, that's simple. Okay.
Yeah. And so and I know off the top of my head because I helped the guys at that house. They ran into some snags. Had to drive out there yet last year. That was
Mhm.
$2,500 house. And so we had said 2,500 bucks for the yellow lines. And then I know my admin's actually my mom. So I know my mom had done like garden bed or walkway or trees or something. Because I remember talking back and forth with the client and my mom because it was a big job.
Mm.
Yeah, but we said yellow's gonna be 2,500, and then we could do this crepe myrtle right here for this much, and the garden bed outline for that much. And he says his name is Derek. I remember him. He says, no, not this year. I just want to do just the yellow lines on the house. Maybe we'll add more next year. That's what people always say, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But it's not a yes or a no. It's not, your yellow lines are 2,500 or no.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
the old
Yeah.
sales trick. Do you want the
Right.
white
So if he,
side
yeah,
or the
exactly.
black side?
Like he can still say no to what you're saying, but it's still a yes to you, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
he's not agreeing with everything you're saying, but it's still a yes. Like
He has to go around the whole conversation in order to say no.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But I mean, that, right? I mean, and that is literally a picture of the damn house from like I literally took a picture of my monitor. Boom.
Right.
And, and then, or my mom probably did, but then that's how 99% of them are done.
Boom. Cool.
And
Cool.
then when you send that to the client, the other reason we do that, right? Because you send that to the client. These are really old. This is from 2021, but you send that to the client just to make sure you're on the freaking same page. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you
Yeah.
get there and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys are doing the mailbox," and you're like, "What the? No, bro."
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And to make sure you're on the same page, that's a good point too. I had a house. It was a real small, easy job, but I had the lights, the bulbs facing up when they wanted them face down. And she comes out afterwards, like freaked out, and I was like,
Right.
"Oh my god!" And did the whole thing over again. So that is cool. I
Yeah.
would definitely use that.
There's a perfect one, dude. Where we didn't know what they wanted because the way the house was.
Right.
So we were like, yellow lines will be this much. We could do the side of the porch, which is red, for another whatever, bro, $50. Or
Mhm.
that blue line. It's hard to see on the screen right there. Or we
I
could
see it
do
good.
that
Yeah.
blue line. Yeah, we could add the blue line for another 600 or whatever. And they were like, yeah, we did them all. Yeah, they did them all.
Dang. And this is all almost all from Facebook, or like a huge percentage from Facebook ads.
Yep. See, there's one where we were like, yeah, we can do the house will be this. I don't know. We didn't end up doing this house, but the house will be this, and we can do the garden bed outline for that. So red is 500 and the house is 800 or whatever.
And are you keeping them on the phone while you're doing this so you don't lose them, or are you sending them and waiting for them to get back to you and doing it like that?
So we send it all like via text message.
Okay.
Yeah, we send it all like it's all just texting almost. Every now and then there's somebody that wants to talk to us, right? Because it is a big expense, right? It's a big investment, so they'll want to
Mhm.
talk to us. I'll go drive out. I'll go drive out to the big ones. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
there's somebody that's like, well, we really wanted to talk to you in person. I'm like, no offense, dude, it's $800 and you're super far away. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if I can get
And
there.
I'm gonna make freaking $800 working at that time. It would take me to go do all that sometimes. So
Right. Like there was a day last year we had all four crews running. I did a big house on my first crew, and then went and did a pretty big house on my second job in my truck. We ran four crews. We did like 12 grand that day.
oh, man,
And
that's
I had
wild.
a lady, and I don't remember the whole ins and outs of all this, but she was all pissed at me because I tried to hang on to some old Christmas light clients of we're gonna go hang your icicle lights for whatever. And
Mhm.
obviously I outsourced it, right? I'm like, I'm not going to do $100,
Yeah.
right? And my guys didn't know how to work with those lights. Like I forgot how hard it is, like how much more complicated it is, and they
Yep.
weren't
Yep.
trained on it. So she's like pounding me to come and fix these lights. And I was like, ma'am, I will be there as soon as I can be there. I just need you to understand, as a company, we're doing $12,000 today.
Yeah.
Like,
And people don't think that. They think you. Oh, this guy makes $100 a day doing nothing. Like
right. I'm like,
yeah.
your it was like $125 that
Mhm.
she paid to have him hang the icicle lights.
Right.
She just will not get off my back. I'm like, I I will be there. I promise you I will be there, but you just gotta understand. Like tomorrow I have two $4,000 houses on my crew. Like if I get them done
Yeah.
early, I'll come, but I
Yeah.
can't bump $0 of your goofy icicle
Yeah.
lights that
Like
Ethan
this
didn't.
is actually charity. Like I'm doing this to help you out. Like I don't want to do this job, but for you as a favor, I'm gonna take care of this. Like,
Yes.
and some people
Yes.
don't quite understand that. Yeah.
Right, dude, right. But
Dang.
but I mean that's kind of in a nutshell how I do the bidding, how right? I do all the ins and outs from the detail side. Uh, like I said, the Facebook, you may be again, like this is a bounce house company, but Event Hawk. So Tariq does all my marketing for me, right? It's a company
Mhm.
called Event Hawk. The owner's name is Tariq. He also has videos on YouTube under. He's got some on his personal channel, but the Event Hawk one has the long videos where he walks you through how to do a Facebook ad, walks you through
Okay.
how to do Google ads. Um, and if you didn't want to pay anybody, like so, it looks like Event Hawk's actually going to be doing my Christmas light stuff this year too. So I'm just gonna. I
Mhm.
mean, they made the jump off so busy. There was a couple times there where I was like, I don't know if we can deliver all of this.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep, you're worth the money. I'm just gonna have them do my Christmas light stuff too.
Okay.
Um, but if you didn't want to pay somebody, you can go and watch those YouTube videos, and Tariq literally goes step by step how to properly set up a Facebook ad, how to properly set up Google ads. Um,
What's that YouTube called?
Event Hawk.
Event Hawk. Cool. Okay. Event Hawk Tariq. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and just scroll through, you'll see them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be against hiring to do something like that too. Like, I mean, for the other businesses I'm doing, they're not super profitable yet, so I wouldn't want to really take the chance. But for the Christmas lights, I would, because I've seen it work. I'd definitely consider hiring somebody to take care of that. So
Yeah, I mean their Google ad product. I mean, I don't remember. I want to say their Google ad product is 200 a month
okay,
plus, and then plus whatever you spend on Google plus what the ad spend. But I mean, to give you a for instance, like let me see, dude. And this was actually a low month, but they text me every 2 weeks and tell me how my ads did. So for Google, I was paying $1.24 per click. Got 13 conversions recorded, and that was they didn't tell me the dollar amount on that one. But for my Facebook ads, it kind of slowed down a little bit. But I spent $69 plus I paid them 300 to do my
mhm,
Facebook ads. So I spent $370, call it,
yeah,
and I made 1,690 in sales.
yeah, that's legit.
Not freaking
Yeah,
bad, dude.
yeah,
They
that's
didn't
legit.
they didn't put it in they usually put in how much money that the Google was too, but I don't see it in there. But I mean, I made 19 no, I mean 13 sales from my Google ads, and average ticket at the jump off's about, I want to say off the top of my head, it's $280. So right around $3,500 off of $1.24. Hold on. Whoops. Times 13. $16? No, 100 clicks. Sorry. I'm like, that's way too freaking
Okay.
low, dude. So $124 made me 3,500.
Frick yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Plus I paid them $200, right? So
Mhm.
$324 made me 3,500, like 10x the dollars.
Yeah,
Well worth it, dude.
that's cool. And yeah, with the bounce house thing too, I 100% I'm doing this. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be after Christmas season or in the next couple of months. I have some stuff I'm trying to figure out in my solar panel cleaning business. But once I get that in order, I want to freaking go ahead and get me some bounce houses because that looks dope. That looks really
Yeah,
cool.
it's dude. I mean, it's like it's crazy. You work your ass off all year long. You do good on bounce houses, and then you crush it in 6 weeks. You
Mhm.
crush that with Christmas lights. But
Yeah,
what's cool about the two businesses, they do overlap a teeny bit, but not that much, right? So they barely overlap the seasons. But you're in Texas, huh?
I'm in California.
Oh, California. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So your season, you're in SoCal.
SoCal, yeah. Orange County,
Okay.
yeah.
So your seasons will then definitely right. You'll still have plenty of bounce house business coming in all winter long, but it definitely
Mhm.
dips. You know what I
Right.
mean? But then you know I make the joke that the jump off, even though it makes as much money as it does, and even though it's like the backbone of my YouTube channel and how I got like low key internet famous, it's
Mhm.
still just like the hiring agency, dude, for the Christmas lights.
Yeah. That's just so much. It's just so profitable. It's insane. Yeah.
Right, right. But it scales quickly, dude. If you do a good
Yeah.
job, it goes fast.
That's crazy. So yeah. So starting off with, do you think starting off with a like 2 or 3 is worth it? Like worth to get into it?
Mm.
Like, or should I wait till I have money to freaking buy 7 or something like?
No, no, no. I would get 2 or 3. That's
Yeah.
totally normal.
Hmm.
You're gonna want to probably get, if I'm just guessing, you're probably gonna want to get 2 wet dry combos, so that way it can be rented out kind of in the cooler seasons as a bounce house with a slide, and then
Hmm.
in the once, not that you guys get super hot or super cold, but when it's summer and people are in the mood
Yeah.
for water, it's a
Right.
bounce house with
Well,
a
that's just
water
cold in the winter.
slide. Right,
That's
right.
yeah.
And so get 2 of those, and you're good. You could start. Boom, go.
Hmm.
If you've got enough money, also get a water slide. Stay under 18, like a 16-foot water slide you can handle by yourself.
Hmm.
Um, and it'll kind of help break you in. Like you'll think a 16-foot water slide is insane at first. It's like we roll 21-foot slides alone. Like we're fine now. But
Yeah.
a 16-foot slide is big enough to where it's going to be able to rent to teenagers, but small enough to where you can handle it alone. So if you did 2 wet dry combos and a 16-foot water slide, you'll be set.
Okay. Cool. I'm writing
Yeah, and
down
then
2 wet dry combos and 16 for water slide. 16. Cool. Yeah, man. I wanna. So, and that's Facebook ads as well. So Facebook ads is that's where it's at.
Facebook ads are pretty good for the bounce house business. Google ads is where you crush on the,
Mm,
because people are going to go Google
yeah.
bounce house rental near me.
Right.
With Google, I mean, Google, that's Event Hawk built their entire business on Google ads, their Google ad product. They, I mean, they make you so busy, like you can't even keep. I had to buy another truck and 2 more trailers this year, thinking I was set for the year. We were so busy. As soon as I hired Event Hawk, like, right, not as soon, take 2 weeks, but as 2 weeks after I hired Event Hawk to start my stuff, like it was bananas. Like, thank
Grind.
God Trevor had his own truck and his own trailer, and thank God Isaiah had his own truck that I could hitch, another trailer to, because we didn't have enough. We just didn't have enough slides. We didn't have enough trailers, trucks. I barely had enough guys because I was overhired. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah. Do they have? Because I'm actually in the process, literally right now. I was working with one marketing company that was not a good fit, and I talked to somebody else who has another one who's doing well with. But I am curious to compare them with Event Hawk. Do they have like a minimum? Because my budget is still pretty low. A minimum to even work with them,
No,
or is it okay? Okay, for sure.
I mean, they're the most affordable. Like their Google, like I said, this is off the top of my head, but I think their Google Ads product, they charge you $200 a month plus ad spend. A normal amount is like $2,000, like
Right.
$1,000 a month.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And they do,
Their
do SEO with that as well.
They do SEO. That is the most expensive thing that they do.
Okay.
I am going to invest in that for next year.
Okay.
I'm too late in the year. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
this year went kind of crazy where I wanted to invest in that stuff. I didn't know to what degree, and then it just got so busy. I'm like, dude, there's no point, right?
Yeah.
I don't need my SEO on point this year. Like we were up
Hmm.
to our eyeballs there in May and June. So I'm gonna pay them to do SEO next year. That's expensive. That's like $2,000 or something, or 1,000. I don't remember the exact number, right?
Yeah.
But it's intense what they go onto
Hmm.
your website and build all these pages that are all linked. It's what they do is very hard to do as an individual. You know what I mean? Because they do
Right.
it right. It's worth the money. But I'll
Yeah.
have
That's
them
a
do
full.
that.
We couldn't do that physically because like we don't really wouldn't have the time. So yeah.
Almost right, right.
Hmm.
Or you're spending so much time researching what to do, then you got to go do it right there so you don't forget. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. Let me see if I have some more questions. I have a couple things. But yeah, I appreciate you, breaking this stuff down for me. Super helpful. I've watched YouTube videos, but I have never talked to another person in real life or on phone or anything that does Christmas lights. So it's super cool to see.
Yeah, we're doing. I don't know if you saw, but we're doing the Christmas light training. Did you see
Oh,
that?
I heard you mention that on the live. I think so. That's an in
Yeah,
person thing. When is that?
so that's September 30th.
Okay.
September
Okay.
30th. And it's out here. And it's only in person. Like we just don't have enough time to freaking get a virtual one all set up and all that. So it's
Mhm.
in person, right? And we want you there to work with your hands, like
Yeah.
on the product and everything. But the basis of that class is going to be let's get you organized on all the stuff I was just talking to you about, how to
Yeah.
bid, how to create that funnel, how to land jobs, how to take deposits, what service agreements you need, how to word them, what service to use your service agreements. As far as putting lights on a house, it's like, dude, you don't need to be
Yeah.
brilliant, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's a very forgiving product because you can just cut it and put a plug wherever you need to.
Yeah.
So that will be like we'll definitely like everybody gets a $100 100-foot starter kit is included in the price of the training. So
Mhm.
you have your own kit to work with, and then you can go put it on your own house and take pictures and make your Facebook ads and all that. But the bulk of the whole thing is going to be like how to run a Christmas light business.
Same with business and stuff.
Right.
Cool. And I
Yeah. So
think I'm supposed to go on vacation around that time. Um, that's not confirmed yet, but yeah, I might have to make that happen for sure.
yeah, dude. I mean,
So,
it's over here in New Orleans, bro. New Orleans is a good time. So
yeah, yeah. Haven't been.
class
That's
is on
one
a Friday, so you get the whole weekend after that to
right.
go to Bourbon
Yeah,
Street
yeah,
and do
party
whatever
up
you
a
want.
little bit.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it'll be 800. But I've got it set at $800. I'm gonna be raising it to 1,000 at some point. I've been threatening to do it for 2 weeks in a row now, and just
Mhm.
haven't got around to doing it. So it's still
Yeah.
$800. I think we have 6 seats left. Yeah, I think there's
Okay.
6 tickets left.
Okay. For sure. Cool. Cool. I will keep that in mind. Let me see. And I was gonna write out more stuff. But when you said I saw 11 in the text, and you said Central Time, but I just like didn't even think about it. And then I saw you texting, like, oh crap, this is right now. So I didn't prepare as much as I thought. But shoot, this was, I mean, you gave me 45 minutes of time, so I really, really appreciate that. And
Absolutely, dude.
we'll definitely be in touch, and I'll have more stuff coming up. So yeah,
Cool. Yep, absolutely, man. So yeah, just reach out to me through WhatsApp. That's kind of how I run the whole Patreon is just through that WhatsApp.
yeah,
I've kind of got it set to where it's like one of those iPhone messages that are like priority or whatever it's called.
mhm,
'Cause I don't right because it's like I don't want you to miss it. Like you're paying monthly to have access to me. I want to make sure you have access to me.
yeah,
But basically, the way I do it is if you send me a message, hey bro, like need to set up a call. Like, all right, I'm cool tonight at 8 p.m. or we can do tomorrow at this time, like depending on how urgent it is.
mhm,
Sometimes I'm free at that moment. You know what I mean? Or riding
yeah.
the truck. I don't drive the trucks, bro. I ride shotgun. So I'm like,
There you go. Yeah,
yeah,
you're on the phone
you
or doing
guys
whatever.
drive. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'm like, bro, now let's go. It just kind of depends. But just message me through WhatsApp, and then we can set up. And like I said, I'm pretty open book on just about everything. So
Cool, cool. Thank you. Yeah, and then with WhatsApp too, I want to send you so I created the magnets
Mhm.
for my solar panel cleaning business. I made those, and I just finished making the flyers this morning that has the back where it advertises the other two businesses. So I want to send you that and let me know what you think about the ones I
Yeah,
made.
send me the pics.
It's a
Yeah,
copy them exactly, but yeah, I'll send them over. So,
cool.
so yeah, again, thank you so much again. Super, super, really appreciate it.
You bet, Hayden. And then just be in touch, brother.
I will, 100%.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Later. There we go. That was a good little episode. I'm probably going to name that episode 9 of Just Ask Nick because that was pretty badass. But anyways, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the things. If you're listening on the podcast, hit the subscribe button because this gets cross posted to the podcast. If some weird way, shape, or form, I figured out how to get this on TikTok or Instagram or something. Go follow me. Do all the things. I work pretty hard at trying to put as much content out there to help you guys as I can. So all those things just help validate, help me know that I'm doing a good job. So I appreciate it. But anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.